Alright, when Konami made this card, I believe it was intended to be used with Gemini monsters. What this card does, it's called Symbols of Duty. This is why we use 7-colored fish instead of Metabo sharks. Say I play a 7-colored fish. I play this card, I tribute the 7-colored fish, and from either graveyard, I can special summon a monster. And, so I can special summon one monster from either graveyard. So this, actually I'll show you the combo in a little bit and how to use it, but just know that this is going to be used to get Coelacanth out of the graveyard. Great card for this deck. Staple in the Genex build. Okay, staple magic cards here. Bring control, pay 800, take an opponent's monster, face up monster. Cold Wave, activate at the beginning of your main phase. Neither you or your opponent can set or play spell cards till your next turn. MST, Cheernade, Heavy Storm, you guys all know what that does. No explanation. Foolish Barrier, great card. You can dump a monster from your deck to your graveyard, so that's almost always going to be a Coelacanth or a Fishborg Blaster to get it in the graveyard. Great card, staple into the deck. Alright, Fish Depth Charge. I like this card and I hate this card at the same time. I like it because it's a +1. What it does is you can tribute one of your fish monsters to destroy one card in the field, and then you draw a card. So it's kind of like an Icarus attack, but instead of destroying that second card, you draw a card. I like it and I hate it. I can't decide if I want to keep it in, but as of right now it's in. I've used it a couple times today, and I can't say it's bad, but I feel like I could better utilize the space. But as of right now, it's in there. Water Oi. Tribute one water monster, look at your opponent's hand and discard one card. It's kind of like a trap dust shot, but it can do any card in the hand. It's pretty much an amazing card, especially for the fact that it doesn't send the card back to their hand or back to their deck. It discards it, and also any card. Sadly, unlike Trap Dust Shot, you do have to tribute one of your monsters, but you can do it when they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever, how many cards in their hand. You can do it at any time as long as you tribute a water monster. Staple in any water deck, I think, at least one. Alright, here we go. Staples at the end. Bottomless, Torrential, Call the Haunted. A lot of you are scratching your heads right now. Where's Solemn Judgment? Where's Mirror Force? Alright, for Mirror Force, it's a great card, I'm not going to lie. I just don't have the money to be dropping on it at the moment. I haven't decided if I really want it that bad. I feel like a lot of people will just chain, Starlight Road. It's just another card that can be chained to Starlight Road, just like Torrential. But at the same time, Torrential Tribute's not a $20, $30 card. In the end, I just haven't got around to getting one yet. I would recommend putting it in the deck, but I would. But you can find a where to put it in yourself. Also, Solemn Judgment, amazing card, staple in any deck. Just haven't tracked one down yet. I am willing to trade, buy, whatever. But I haven't seen a price that I really like enough just to drop at that moment. But Solemn Judgment would be here, but as of right now, it's not. Alright, just going to show you a quick, like 2 rounds of how this deck could work. Come on, come into focus. Come into focus, baby. There you go. Genex Undyne, the engine of the deck. Alright, say I play that card. No back row, whatever. Well, instantly when I play that card, into my graveyard goes Deep Sea, Super Ancient, Deep Sea Coelacanth. There you go. And I get a Genex controller on my hand. Now, we'll just say that they just went, let's say I take 1600 damage for whatever they just did. And they just did a big play, and we're scared. Next turn, I summon Genex controller. Now I play Symbols of Duty. I get rid of my Genex controller, and I now special summon Deep Sea coelacanth. And in my hand, we'll just say I had another coelacanth. So that's now in the graveyard. And here comes the explosion. I'm discarding to use as effect. Let me get this in camera. So I have 2 royal swamp eels here. And 2 7-colored fish. Alright, so right off the bat we see that we have a 2800 attacker, and we could synchro to a Thought Ruler and a Stardust, a Colossal and a Stardust, a Red Dragon Archfiend and a Stardust. My favorite combo is Thought Ruler and Red Dragon. Excuse me, Thought Ruler and Stardust. Now, let's say that instead of a 7-colored fish, we had a Nimble Sunfish. So that we can now get a Stardust and a Brio, or a Colossal Fighter and a Brio, or a Colossal Fighter and a Goyo Guardian. See where I'm going here? Tons of stuff you can do. Alright, we'll leave the 7-colored fish because the 8 stars are amazing. What else can we do here? Well, let's see. We'll sync these 2. A 4 and a 3 for your choice of 7-star. Usually pick Erebellum. Okay, and now when Oyster Marsh gets removed from the field, we get a Oyster token, 1 star. What do you see here? 4, 4, 1, Mistworm. So now we have a Erebellum, Mistworm, 3 goes back to their hands, and you nail them there. So, as you can see, this card right here enables many different plays. It's up to you how you play it, depending on the situation. Amazing, amazing card, explosive card, and you know, you just did that. Next turn, what are you gonna do? Let's Pot of Avarice and do it all over again. What do you say? You know, that's why. I mean, I have all the back row hate, so I can pull off the OTK. I'm thinking of taking out the depth charges for 2 trap stuns until I can get a Solemn, but I mean, as you can see, this card has explosiveness. And I mean, you run the 7-colored fish. I'm not sure if I mentioned it before. So it's just another card you can play with Symbols of Duty so you can get out coelacanth quicker. So in the deck we have 3 Undyne, Genex Undyne. We have 3 Nimble Sunfish. And we have a Foolish Burial. That's 7 different ways we can get coelacanth to the graveyard. 7. That's a lot. That's almost a fourth of your deck can ditch to the graveyard. Alright, now on top of that, we have a Call of the Haunted to bring them back. We have 3 Symbols of Duty that can bring them back. And that's the main way we're going to bring them back. Or we can use the 2 Phantom of Chaos to gain his effect and bring him back. So that's another 6 ways we can use his effect again. So as you can see, there's ways to continue to do this throughout the duel. And you know, you pull out a Colossal Fighter and a Goyo or Red Dragon Archery and a Stardust on the second turn with an innate 2800 attacker, people get a little antsy in the pantsy. I got kind of, not cussed out today, but people are like, oh, this card's bullshit. Another interesting thing about this card, I'm not sure if I mentioned it already in this video. This is an ultimate, by the way. Turbo Pack 3, which is already out, just came out. This card will be a common. Super Ancient Deep Sea Coelacanth. All these cards, under $5. Some of them are pennies, literally pennies. I'd say Swamp Eel, this version of Coelacanth, Nimble Sunfish is like $1. This deck, aside from the cards you probably already have, your synchros, it's incredibly cheap. And it's explosive, and it's fun, it's unique. Not many people run this. They're too busy with their Infernities, with their X-Sabers, and for good reason, they're great decks. But I'm the type of person, I'm not an emo kid, or I'm not anything like that, but I don't like doing what everyone else is doing. I'd like to be a little bit different. This is a good way to be different and still be competitive. I mean, how many decks can utilize 7-colored fish? I mean, really. This is a great, fun deck, explosive.